Hi guys, good morning. How are you all doing? So increasingly I find that I'm going through stuff, a process that I simply can't really put into words, and so I kind of feel at a loss really with regards to my YouTube channel and my videos, because I want to be consistent and do videos that are meaningful and that help not only me but other people, not in any sense of telling other people what to do, but rather in a sense of, well, this again, this is it. It's like when I go on YouTube and I come across videos, I watch videos by other people, I don't actually listen to these videos in the literal sense, to every word, to every sentence, and oh, this is what this person is saying, and so that is how it is, that is the truth, or in terms of, oh, I don't agree with this but I do agree with that. It isn't even like that. It's certain words, certain sentences spring out at me because, oh yeah, keep hearing that word, or gosh, yeah, that sentence, oh yeah, that concept keeps coming at me all the time for the last couple of days. It's more like that, more like, because increasingly I feel as if the external world, anything external to myself, and even my body counts as the external, is subject in a way, in a strange way, to my awareness, my inner choices, if that even makes sense. Now, what I sense is that we are in a kind of, and I mean kind of, again, not literal, but kind of war here. And that first and foremost this war takes place within our consciousness. And hence it takes place in the external. It takes place in our bodies. Lots of people experiencing a lot of health issues, all of a sudden, old health issues that are rearing their ugly head again, or new ones, or just a shitload of health issues, mental health issues, Wetiko, I'll get to it in a bit, if I don't forget or get lost, but also just in the world at large, in the external. 1 minute it's like this, then the next minute it's like that, then the next minute it's like that. It doesn't even actually make any sense. It just changes all the time. It resets itself all the time in such a way that we don't always even remember. It's very much like the Mandela effect. It's reset itself and it feels like, oh, this is how it's been. This is the trajectory, linear trajectory, and these are the events that happen to bring us to this point. But actually that isn't true, because yesterday it was very, very different, and today it's like this, and then tomorrow it might even be different, and it might not even be from day to day, it might be from minute to minute. It's utterly maddening. But what governs it all, or gives it life, directs it, is consciousness. And what is consciousness at the end of the day? Well, what is it? Right? Because it's a word that's used by absolutely everybody. Oh, consciousness this and consciousness that. What is consciousness? Well, for me, consciousness is the I am. It is my I am. I am here. I am whatever I am. I am. There is no way to put that into words. I've had weird little windows open up to the other side, as it were, where I've had knowings, understandings, insights with great clarity that poof, like, yeah, right, of course, and then poof, oh wow, and then it was gone again. Very difficult to deal with when you have these incredible eye-opening knowings of, well, yeah, of course, knowing that on a soul level, I know this, it is true, and then it becomes obscured again. It's been very difficult to deal with because you find yourself grasping for it, and yet you can't seem to get it back. You know, it just slips through your fingers. I've been on a journey of liberation, consciousness liberation, for the last, well, my entire life really, but maybe in earnest started 16 years ago. And that it was initiated, it felt as if something touched me, something external to me, but not external to me. So I call that my true self. Some people call it their higher self, but that sounds wrong somehow. It's my true self. It's a part of me that is not languishing in self-hate, trauma-based mind control insanity, but it's the part of me that has never been infected, the part of me that remains and has always been free. And poof, literally, and poof, wow, and my awakening journey truly began where I realised that nothing is the way I was told it was. And first it was an external thing of, oh, this is wrong, that is wrong, this is being done, that's being done. Then the awareness that my own mind is all fucked up. I mean, years and years and years and years ago, I started going to counselling, and in those counselling sessions I became acutely aware of the voice within my head, the negative, underhanded, gaslighty voice that I'd up to that point hadn't even been aware was there. It's like you're living in a house and the radio is on every day 24/7, and it has been from the minute you were born. You don't notice that radio being on, the sound. You don't notice it because it's just part of your normal. And it's the same with that voice in our head. Oh, kiss. Oh, son. There's my little boy there. Oh, my kiss. Yes. It's what I call Wetiko, because, you know, language is so shit that I just can't think of anything else to use, and it's a term that a lot of people are familiar with, so I use that. But there's a lot of people that speak about Wetiko in ways that I do not at all resonate with. There's a guy called Paul Levi who talks about it, but he doesn't seem to get the bigger picture at all. So for me, it's a consciousness hijack. It's something malevolent that has insinuated itself into our consciousness and has taken control of it. It's a constant drone that we live with, so we're not aware of it. It hides within us. It's there. It controls a very large part of us. And yet, it is that way for all people, because I know this. And yet they're completely oblivious to it. There's a lovely lady who runs the local health food shop. And she's a lovely person. And she's just one of these people that you meet and you just feel instantly comfortable with. And such warmth and such love. And yet it's in her, that voice, constantly telling her, no matter what you do, it will never be enough. You're ugly. You have a weak chin. Your husband doesn't really love you. You're not lovable. You won't be able to do this, and that will feel, and you just said that, now you've upset this person. It is a PTSD thing. It is trauma-based, without a doubt. And it lives in everybody that I have met. Everybody suffers from it. Everyone has it. And most people don't know it's there.